Hello and welcome to another booktube video from me, Lauren, from Lauren and the Books. Today is the first in a series, you heard right, I'm starting a series of videos about authors that I haven't read. Now I haven't found a catchy name for this series yet, so if anyone's got any ideas then do let me know. But basically, I'm 30 this year, as a 30-year-old woman, there are certain authors, being such a reader and a book lover that I am, that I think that I should have read by now, and I'm a bit shocked and appalled that I haven't read them. So these are going to be split into sort of like part one and part two of an episode about a particular author. So part one will be introducing the author that I haven't read and showing you the books that I've got of that author and what I'm expecting and etc, etc. And then part two of that episode will be me having read those books and chatting about what I thought about the author. So this first episode is about the author Daphne Du Maurier. So I disgustingly have never read any Daphne Du Maurier. She is a author that I really have no idea about. I know she's a sort of like classical author and she was born early in the 20th century. I think she died like in the late 80s. So she's sort of a relatively like, I would say modern, but like I mean like modern classics author, that sort of thing. And I've heard Rebecca is her best book, but I've also got a couple more here. I watched a BBC adaptation of Jamaica Inn, another book of hers last year, which I didn't end up finishing. I remember when it was out on the TV, there was loads and loads of problems with like people moaning about the sound. It was very, very dark, so it's very hard to watch, and you could sometimes couldn't really see what was going on. So I've also, yes, they're sort of like my experiences with Daphne Du Maurier. I have bought 3 books, and these are all absolutely beautiful covers. So I'll start with Daphne Du Maurier's Frenchman's Creek, which is one I've got here. I will read the back because I don't know anything about it. Lady Dona St. Column seems to revel in scandal. She is involved in every intrigue of the Restoration Court, but secretly the shallowness of the court life disgusts her, and in her heart she longs for freedom and honest love. Retreating to Navron, her husband's Cornish estate, she seeks peace and solitude away from London. But Navron is being used as the base for a French pirate, an outlaw hunted by all Cornwall. Instead of feeling fear, Dona's thirst for adventure has never been more aroused. In Jean Benoit Aubery, she finds a sensitive man who would, like her, gamble his life for a moment's joy. Together they embark upon a quest rife with danger and glory, one which will force Donna to make the ultimate choice. Will she sacrifice her lover to a certain death or risk her own life to save him? My God, that sounds amazing. So that's Frenchman's Creek. I've also got Jamaica Inn, which is the one I was talking about earlier that I saw the TV adaptation about. This is about Mary Yellen, who moves to a pub on the Cornish moors, and she finds out that there's some bad shiz going down with the people that she's living with, who I think are her auntie. Yeah, her Aunt Patience and her Uncle Joss, and that they're sort of like the inn is a front for pirates and like lawless criminals and thieves and things like that. But yeah, God, these covers are so beautiful. And then the last one I've got is the one that I hear so much about, and that's Rebecca by Daphne Du Maurier. That is a beautiful cover as well. Last night I went to Mandalay again, which is a very, very famous opening sentence. Working as a paid companion to a bitter elderly lady, the timid heroine of Rebecca learns her place. Life is bleak until, on a trip to the south of France, she falls in love with Maxime de Winter, a handsome widower whose proposal takes her by surprise. Whisked from Monte Carlo to Mandalay, Maxime's isolated Cornish estate, the friendless young bride begins to realise that she barely knows her husband at all, and in every corner of every room is the phantom of his first beautiful wife, Rebecca. Rebecca is the haunting story of a woman consumed by love and the struggle to find her identity. So yeah, so God, they all sound really good. I'm excited. So I have these 3 here. If people have read any of these 3 or any of Daphne Du Maurier's book, I think I've got a short story collection of hers out from the library and then never got round to reading it. I would love to hear where I should start. I feel inclined to start with Jamaica Inn because I'm familiar with the story, but I also really want to read Rebecca too. So I'm going to be reading these over the next sort of like month or so, and then I will come back to you with part 2 of episode 1 of this, talking about what I thought about Daphne Du Maurier. But if anyone has any other recommendations of any of our other books, then I desperately would like to hear them, because I'd like to just try and read as much Daphne Du Maurier as possible. And I hope you all enjoyed this, guys, and I will see you all again for another booktube video soon. Goodbye!